I'm Ronald Isley.
And I'm Ernie Isley.
Our new song is called Make Me Say It Again, Girl, featuring Beyonce.
And you're watching our Steve Harvey Ask Anything Chat. Thanks to Steve Harvey and iHeartRadio for having us. Hey, now we have a question from Thea from Dalton, Georgia. The question is, on the wow meter, were you more in awe when you met Beyonce, or was she more in awe of you?
Wow, we met Beyonce so many years ago when she first started, and she was more excited about us because we've been doing it longer than her.
Hey, a question from Louise from Charlottesville, Virginia. Can you believe you've been doing this now for 68 years? I'm going to pass it on to my brother Ronald.
I think we've been doing it longer than 68 years. We had a group ever since I was at least 5 years old. And I'm about 15 now.
Tina from Knoxville, Tennessee wants to know, how did the new single come together? Was it written especially for Beyonce to be featured?
No, it wasn't. We asked, would Beyonce want to do a song with us? And she said she would be glad to do it.
Make Me Say It Again, Girl was done by the Isley Brothers back in 1975, and it was on our #1 album, The Heat Is On featuring Fight the Power. Rose from Toronto, Ontario wants to know, over your career, at what record label were you at when you had the most fun being the Isley Brothers? T-Neck Records.
Our label.
Sophie from Reno, Nevada wants to know, where do you keep your Grammy Awards? That's a good question because we have quite a few, so they are spread around the house.
Yeah, upstairs. We have to trip over.
Yeah. Jay from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania has a question for Ronald, which says, it's an honor to ask you a question. What did you think of Shout performance in Animal House?
We really flipped out, We thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was the highlight of the movie. Sophia from Cincinnati, Ohio wants to know, do you ever make it back home to Cincinnati? And we were just there a year ago. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Darlene from Baltimore, Maryland wants to know, let's go back to 1992 when you were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who inducted you? And out of the class of 1992 inductees, which artist were you closest to?
Well, Little Richard inducted us, and I'm sure at the same time.
Yeah, and Jimi Hendrix was also inducted in 1992, and he was a house guest and an employee for about 2.5 years with the Isley Brothers.
And he played his first record with the Isley Brothers called Testify.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to get that.
Eunice from Asheville, North Carolina wants to know, if you were on Jeopardy and the answer was the Isley Brothers, what was the question?
Who wrote the song Shout?
Tricia from Covington, Kentucky wants to know, may I ask you how It's Your Thing came together?
I was dreaming one day and I asked the Lord to give me a great song to write. And he gave me It's Your Thing. And I introduced it to my brother sitting next to me. And he played bass on it, and it was one of our biggest records. 5 million copies.
After Ronald described the initial lyric and melody, I happened to pick up a bass, Marvin's bass, and started playing the bass line to it. And I was going to be the second drummer on the record, but when the time came to record it, Ronald came over to me and said in my ear, "You're going to play bass." So I was scared to death and picked up the bass, hung on for dear life, and played it.
And it was a hit.
Yes. Yeah, the biggest fish of all.
Yeah. You only played it one time. You have to play it one time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Leanna from Buffalo, New York says, after releasing the new song, did you get any unexpected calls from your peers telling you how good it was?
Well, I know one great call I got was from Tina, and that's Beyonce's mother. She cried over the record and said this was the greatest record. She thought it would make history.
I could say one of the most unexpected reactions actually was my own, because it was that astounding. It was that good. The way Beyonce's performance was adding to what was already there. And she's an amazing talent. Thanks again for watching our exclusive Steve Harvey morning show, Ask Anything. Make me say it again, girl, with Beyonce.
I hope you love it like we love it.